Hello, this is Gerald Johan. The visualization process that we use actually to look up at objects or subjects and frame them into some kind of order is a process that we not doing very consciously, but actually it uses a structure which is as real as a geometrical order. The geometrical order in space we know, and actually every position fits quite well with one of these positions in space. And that's the same thing for movements. So all the movements that are visible and possible in the time frame, they're also quite structured. I mean, it's quite simple actually. And all these positions are actually a reference that is used for remembering the letters and giving them an order and make them, in fact, balance out with each other. We're not very conscious about it, but you can make it conscious. You can. I worked on it quite long enough so that it is also more and more described in a more simple way. The structure of that order is seen here at the right. The preparations for it are here seen at the left. Let's also look at other languages, because actually other languages, they use the same structure. And so it should also be that the positions of other letters or letter combinations are the same, are expressing the same thing. So I give it a go with a very simple character, the MA. You can see here the Japanese letter. This letter should have actually exactly the same position as focus in someone's mind to give things an order, as I have it here in my scheme. Let's find out also and have some examples with MA. So, but before we have MA, we shall have to go, of course, also to the foundation of all the letters of the whole script. It's the same in Japanese. The first letter is A, and A is compared to the square. It is that circle that within that circle is our object of focus, and within that object of focus is a center point, and that center point is our focus. That's where our eye is focusing upon. From that starting point of visualization, we start to develop a logic. We start to follow actually certain rules. We try to follow it up, and that's the go, the horizontal go. Yes, we go for it and have it running and see what happens and so on. That's how also the A has a certain horizontal push forward, let's say, which is also visible in the first letter A of the Japanese script. So it has this pinpointing it from yes, let's go, and okay, I have that described in my book where that stands for, but it's that position, and from that position you give it a go. So that is the basic first foundation. So also for us, we have the second letter T, so that is almost like the second letter T, and that's the running, the almost like the R as well. So the Ra, we give it a go. We it gives it a go. So the A is underneath. That's the basics, because it's the basics of our thinking. We pinpoint it somewhere. We have something to define it somewhere. For us, it's the A itself. So it's that object of focus, as a matter of fact. But I have had to design it, the A, because it has a relationship. Of course, the first letter has a relationship of thinking that is also recognizable in all the other letters, because there it will have a viewpoint from that position. So we have the A. Now let's also have the MA, of course. The MA will be on that same A position, and as you can see, it also has the next levels as well. What do I really see? If I look into my system here, where is the M? The A is on the first level, The M is on the third level, so it includes the area of materialization and it concludes the border. So it is seeing the things that are exceeding actually, and that's what the M is. It is a materialization process from A to T, which you have already, but the materialization process is the letter M. So M in my system is actually this. So you have from A to M, you have that point where it is going to breach its full size of materialization, and it's going to reach the maximum or the borders of it. So it's there in between the materialization process and the top layer. It is going towards the borders. It's going to maximize itself, and it's the position. If I have it in here in my circle, it is here. That's where the M position is lying. Other than the B is more here. Oh, I have difficulties in switching from left to right. But okay, you have the M. So you have the M here in this position, combined with the A. So Ma is this. Oh, this. It's the same thing. So it is about materialization, and it has that fully developing mode in it, where you have that materialization present. So that means that if we have that idea of where we can sense that materialization process, where it exceeds the first focus, that's where we can use the word. So let's have it a try. Let's combine Ma with Ya. So as YAMA, the Y is at position of direction where you go away from our physical normal starting points. We go away to something which is further, and with the A it says okay, with a certain continuation. So what is that? So it is as if I put away the materialization process a bit further away, and I still follow it, and there is that materialization process. What is it? Yama means mountain, and indeed you have it going further away with the Y, where you have a materialization process, so the growing of the mountain quite far away. So that can be understood from there, and even the character itself also says, okay, in my frame something is growing up, and there is the mountain. And I can have another word, just another example. I have MAE. Ma, what could it be? I have the Ma, which is that materialization process. U, which is a choice, so of focus, and I focus upon what is dominant. So something will be dominant, and another thing will be less. So that less will be left. So I don't take it. I'll take the as a focus. I take the dominant part. With E, I will also take that dominant part and go, and develop it somewhere, go with it somewhere, go straight forward from there, and I direct it further. What could it mean? Ma, ue. So I have these parts that are extended. You see, that's what I follow. I also, if I do that, I also follow what is extended in U. I follow the slightly bigger part, slightly also higher up part a little bit as well, because the other thing is inside or lesser or that kind of idea. Now what does it mean? It means actually directly above. So if I really follow U to E and I go forward, I leave out the things that are a little bit less, a bit lower, or more inside or underdeveloped, and so on. So here it says directly above, so the things that are slightly dominant in a way. With that character to it, it also shows you that idea of above, so I have it slightly above. And the first character that you can see there is the old character of Ma, which actually says, yes, I'm looking at reality, but it has to be a superlative reality, so even more real than the normal things. It's what is becoming real, what is becoming more real on top, what is fully realized there. How could we also describe this like the is what we see, our focus we can express like an eye. Of course, we have our focus in the middle and we follow our focus, and everything which is a superlative, which is growing out, is then on top. I will show it here as 2 stars. The superlative things above is everything which we can see that exceeds our expectations in a way. Now, funny enough is that this character that I designed now like this as my focus and the superlative focus, it can also be quite literally actually, because when you see ma and all the words with ma, they're all what is just above the eyes, about the eyebrow, the eyelids, the blinking of the eye, what you see, the gaze, the wink, the eyelash, or everything which is just, that's the literal thing of ma, just on top of it. And why is that also associated like this? Because the literal things are there as well. While the eye is what we see, our first focus, and with these stars, it is what is, what is on top, what is actually all brought forward and so on. Then instead of ya, ma, ue, have the yue is also the reflection, what is reflected before me. Ma e is the ma focus of what do we have next, what do we have as extra. Here we have what we have next in front of us. Ma e, immediately with the e, without the u, without too much of the reflection. A little bit more direct, it is just immediately seeing what is in front of you. Me, just instead of I'll have immediately that process out from what I take out of what makes a change, what is making the interpretation and so on. That's the me, which is the eye. The eye is also this character that you can see there, which is an abstract version of the eye, because it's framed. It is about that frame which has a center point and 2 points, which is a symbolization of a frame where you can work with. Me. And I hope all these characters, by following the foundation that I have of universal meanings from the positions of viewpoint of orientations in space, time, or in contextual sense, by knowing these and following these positions, you can quickly have also an understanding of other languages as well, because you see, okay, ma, me, mae, and so on, of ya, me, like I had, you immediately understand them. Okay, I hope I will do that also again with some other words or some other characters, and in that way you can also remember a character as for what it is. It has this association of focus as well, and this association of focus will have a meaningfulness that is also universal, even though you can have some preferences of where you start from and how you associate. And that's of course what I have to try to deal with that as well. Thanks again for watching. Bye.